What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. I know I haven't gave too much details about my build. Right now, actually, I have the table laid out with a bunch of parts that I got in today. I am working on my '87 Corolla. It's an SR5 coupe with a '88 Chrysler Conquest 2.6 turbo. I am doing a full rebuild. The car did have a lot of issues, far as not running properly. It was put together half-assed. It had loose bolts, bad connections, a lot of parts not working properly. The car was drivable when I brought it. It was a budget build. It is a budget build now. I'm just want to restore it. I am trying to look for it using for drifting and the Poconos track that they have during spring and summertime. It's a free event that it's a friendly tournament thing that they have out there. It's pretty fun. I got involved in it about like a year ago. My buddy took me out there, my boy Kevin. So far the build's going alright. Just managed to take the motor out. I'm pretty sure if you're watching the video, I've taken updated with that. I removed the motor. I'm going to drop the transmission today. I got a paint strip the whole entire engine, pressure wash to grease the whole engine as well. I am going to do a full rebuild engine. I'll know more once I start taking the engine apart. I do want to replace the piston rings, crankshaft, cams. I wish to replace everything, but depending on how bad the stuff is and how worn out it is, I might just send it to the machine shop and get it refurbished. I did get an adaptive flange, so I put my T4 turbo. And if you look carefully, I took it to Meineke, man. They charged me $100 just to grind out these ends, which I could have done myself. But at that time, I was frustrated because when I got it, it says for a T3 flange, and when I looked it up online, it says the manifold for the Conquest, which I have here, is supposed to be a T3 flange for the turbo to fit in, and for some reason when I got it, it didn't fit in. So they fabricated it, now it does fit in now. So I could actually now put it on, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to use some thick washers, fabricate some washers on it, and just don't like the play it has now. I mean, of course, when I fasten it down with bolts and washers, it should hold a lot better. But I mean, I am grateful I managed to get this flange. It's just a temporary fix till I do manage to get more money to buy a better manifold with the waist gauge adapter flange on it, with the T4 turbo as well base. So I am actually have parts for two cars here. I have for my daily that I'm working on, which is a '95 Jetta 2.0. Bought it for $200. Bought it from my neighbor. He's pretty cool about it. It was a pretty good deal. I mean, the car ran and drove. It still does. Just normal wear and tear. Clutch was never replaced, so I was having clutch problems. So I managed to get all the clutch. I don't know which box it is, to be honest. But as I open the boxes, I guess we do this together. Find out what. I am going to be replacing the clutch today. I might do a video of replacing the clutch on the Volkswagen today. And I also bought hardware. My shifter has a lot of play in it. I guess it's a normal common thing that is known for. So what I'm going to do is replace all the hardware, put the clutch kit, a whole complete clutch kit in it. Hopefully it solves all the problems just to get by. Also, problem I do have with the car, as far as the clutch, is the sunroof. They rigged it. They tried like cork seal the glass and I guess the settling plate where the sunroof fits on. I don't know the proper name for it, but I know they just tried to rig the whole thing. There's no motor track for the sunroof, so what I'm gonna do is get a sheet of metal, cut it out the form of the sunroof, and just weld it up and just eliminate the sunroof. Just like I said, I just want to use it for a daily. It is I just want to make a reliable daily car. I'm tired of using my Beamer. I'm tired of putting miles on it, and tired of having all this repair stuff on it due to using it for for work and as a daily. It's not really much of a car I was looking forward to using as a daily. It was more of a special occasion car, or when I go out to car meets, and something to take out and have nice with other projects that I have going on as well. But let's get to it. Let's open up these packs, see what I got. I know what I ordered, but I don't know what's actually here. I know there's a whole bunch of stuff. The flange was one of the orders, one of the parts that I ordered first. It came in. As soon as I came in, I tried to test fitting it on the manifold, but didn't fit, but now it does fit, so I got that over with. I brought the adapter piece for my wideband / OT sensor. So I just gonna have to cut and weld that onto the downpipe, because I'm changing the whole turbo system. I'm upgrading the turbo. So let me get a knife, open the box. This first box. This. Feels heavy, so I think it might be my clutch kit. Oh yeah, it is. Alright, so the clutch kit for the Volkswagen came in. To use the clutch. I'll be straight honest, all my parts I buy it from eBay. Honestly, I don't have much of a problem when I buy stuff on eBay. I do look towards like the seller, the bad feedbacks, and the brand of course does matter. Sometimes depending, like certain stuff, if the price is right, like I said, it's a budget bill, so I will go with the price sometimes, but other times I do look towards the feedbacks and the quantity and the warranty on my parts when I buy it on eBay. But yeah, all my parts, majority I got so far, yeah, I buy it from eBay. A lot of people saying I used to buy it from eBay, but 90% of the time, when you want a budget build, or you have a budget and you can't always afford it, you can only get what you got. Not everybody can afford a $200-300 clutch when I think I only paid like $64 for this clutch kit. And with the cap that goes in front of I believe the flywheel? No, the clutch wheel. This is the flywheel. There's the clutch plate and the flywheel. This is the whole kit with the spring. Comes with everything ready attached. Never did one before. It's my first time installing a clutch in a Volkswagen. So let's see how that goes. And the worst part is it's not a hydraulic clutch. The master cylinder, the clutch cylinder is actually a cable, not a hydraulic clutch. So adjusting it seems to be another problem, and this is one of the main common problems that the clutch goes bad on the Volkswagen, I believe, is this little weird bearing. I don't know if you guys can see it, but because a lot of times when your clutch ain't functioning properly, you either two things: the clutch cable or this little weird looking bearing that goes outside of the transmission. It's like a little small plate. You gotta just tap it out and then pull it out with like a magnet stick and then replace it. I guess it creates a new pressure friction inside the tranny, but I don't know, the pressure rod, I don't know what it is, to be honest. But I seen the video. I've been doing a lot of research on how to replace the clutch and what could be the cause of the clutch, because at one point the clutch didn't want to engage. So I did a little bit of adjustment. I got it to engage, but it still feels like a really bad clutch. So I am still gonna go ahead and replace it and get it over with. So I can have a proper daily car. I can go ahead and probably redo my BMW. My BMW is I mean, she runs and drives great. It does need a little stuff like I still need to paint it. Got scratches. Somebody seized my vehicle when I brought it. Fortunately, they did it when I didn't have insurance on it, so I have to deal with that. Painting the front bumper. I was thinking about still doing air ride suspension. That's pretty much it. Air ride suspension. Restoring the factory wheels that I have on it now. I kind of like. I like the factory wheels that I have on it. Kind of like staggered. I'm not too sure. I'll probably just add space it, put them out a little bit, and just roll my fenders a little bit. Don't want to see too much to it. Want to keep it clean, but you know, a little bit of a look, status to it. Keep a little status to it. I don't know what this is. I think it's probably the hardware for the Volkswagen as well. For the shifter, yeah. So all these stupid rubber clips, little gummy things, they actually take place, man. Because once they're going bad, you actually develop a really loose play and a loose shifter. Your shifter knob gets all wobbly and you lose all the tension and stiffness inside your shifter. Your throwing shifter rod. So this is actually 1 out of 2. I think there was another piece. I think this is the internal or external rubber boots for the shifter. There's actually a whole bunch of these rubber pieces for the Volkswagen gears, shifting gear box and stuff like that. To stiffen up the shift gear. All right, here's the other one. I believe this is actually for the throwing shifter that goes from underneath. So I have to actually go underneath my car, drop the muffler, remove the shifting box, and built this whole thing. Has throwing springs, a bunch of little hardware that goes in it. Actually throw it all in one big bag. So I don't need to put it all together actually. So I'm gonna actually replace all this in one day. I'm not sure. I want to do it today, or I might do it today. I'm supposed to do it today. Waiting for my father-in-law to actually come down and give me a hand. And this box is my timing chain for the Conquest motor. So I ordered new timing chain and timing chain sprockets with the hardware. Go ahead and open this. You guys a better look. All the seals, chains. I guess like the chain. I guess what it rubs on, like this little rubber pads. Comes with all the hardware. Comes with everything. And I think I paid like 40-something bucks on eBay. And in the store, usually like AutoZone, they were only like almost close to like 300 bucks for this kit. It's like $328 or something like that. And I got it for like 48 or $46, something like that. So I got it real cheap on eBay. Like a lot of people are really finicky and talk a lot of crap about eBay, but I guarantee at least 90% of y'all actually are buying y'all parts from eBay, regardless of what y'all say. I have no complaints. I love eBay, like I said. eBay been very helpful. You go to AutoZone. You'll spend like 40 to even close to like almost $90-something for spark plugs, for NGK spark plugs. When I go on eBay, you get them for 12 bucks, 13 bucks, the same brand. Everything's the same. The only difference is that you have to buy that. If you want it right then and there, you have to buy that price. You have to pay that price if you want it right now. I think this is another gasket. Oh yeah, this is I opened it. This is my throttle body / carburetor. It's a weird carburetor setup, built kit for the Conquest. It has 2 injectors and it's like 2 injectors and I think a carburetor setup. So it's 2 injectors and a carburetor setup. It's really weird, but I have the hardware to rebuild the whole kit. So I'm actually looking forward to rebuilding that because they spray painted it. Looks really bad. I looked at the injectors, seals. They look pretty. They need to be changed. They're dry rotted. I want to, paint strip all that black paint they put on it. I am gonna paint the whole engine bay again, and also we do a minor wire tuck, nothing crazy. Just want to tuck a lot of wires, so I'm not gonna use these. And redo the whole engine bay and paint the whole car as well. So looking forward to doing all that. What's this? I think this is the Westgate that I brought from eBay. I think I paid like $40-something for it. It's the 5D3. It's a 90.8. I think it's a 48 millimeter. It comes with everything. Pretty decent. Just put a nice weight to it. The only thing is, it didn't come with instructions, which sucks because I can't really tell what springs are in here, what's the max pound that I can get out of the boost with the boost springs. They come with 2 gaskets, washers and adapters, all the flanges. I do want to get a new blow-off valve pipe. A blow pipe. Want to have one coming out the hood. Come with more of all the hardware came in, adapters. I am gonna put a boost control on it. Also gonna run a catch can on the car as well. And an oil cooling unit. So put this back like that. So, yeah, I mean, I've actually been waiting for the car for 9 years. It's been like one of my goals to get this car. The first car I got that I made it as a goal was my IS300. I got it, restored it. Since it wasn't stick, I was eager, to hook it up. I think I'll probably post this picture. I don't have the beginning. From when I first got it to after I restored the whole vehicle. When I got the car, it was really crap. It was so horrible. I traded my motorcycle for it. My Cowie. I think it was a 04 ZX600. Traded for it. It wasn't really worth it. I regretted it, but I mean, in the long run, once I restored the vehicle, paid off. I loved it, but at the same time, I wasn't thrilled to having it because it wasn't manual. And buying a 2JZ or a 1JZ manual transmission, ECU, computer, by the time you're done with it, it's just so much money. Like I said, I'm on a real tight budget now. I did have a motorcycle accident, so I am recovered from that. It took me about 4.5 years. It took me about almost 3.5 years to learn how to walk properly. I still deal with constant pain. I almost lost my leg throughout that motorcycle accident. I had to get a reconstructed leg. I still do have my leg. I just got a metal rod that runs from my kneecap down to my ankles with a couple of screws. Don't want to get into that too much, but this is a full gasket kit for the Conquest to restore the motor. Like I said, I want before I buy any internal parts like bearings, piston rods, piston rings, crankshaft, or one of the blades, I want to take it apart and see how much it's been worn out. I'm not sure the mileage. The title said only 62,000, which I do have the title for the car, but who really knows? So once I take the engine apart and fully take it apart, and I see all the wear out on the bearings and the lips and everything, I'll determine if I want to go ahead and buy the internal parts like the bearings, crankshaft, and piston rings and stuff like that. At one point, I was gonna just still do it just to do it, but then you know, money gets tight real quick, especially on bills. Parts ain't cheap. Neither is labor. I mean, I paid $100 just to cut this flange to fit on the manifold and to get two bolts distracted from the manifold because I snapped them as I was taking the motor apart. As you watch the video, you hear me telling my friend that I snapped two of the bolts. I kind of knew it was because they were so rough, they were so bad. So I kind of expected it. So did the O2 sensor / wideband that's on there. They're two bolts snapped, they were old and rusty. So I paid $25 each to get two of these bolts distracted and get two more in. So I had to deal with that. But I mean, as far as that though, at least I'm heading towards a bigger progress in getting this done. Other than that, man, just stay tuned. I do a lot of projects. Been having a lot of projects. Honestly, I just haven't been recording. It's actually my first time actually recording stuff that I'm doing. Been told a lot, like my friends been recording. They requesting for me to start making documents and stuff that I'm doing, and keep track of what I'm doing on my videos. So one, I have proof of what I do if later on we decide to sell the vehicle and what's actually being done to the car to, you know, I don't know, just to do it, I guess. Because I do it for the sport and the love of love of working on cars and building. So you can subscribe, hit the like button, and yeah, stay tuned. I'll have more stuff to build, and I'll keep you guys updated with more videos and the progress of getting stuff done. I'll upload more videos. If you guys have any questions or any advice, I mean, I'm open for any advice and questions. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So thanks for watching, and